Hello, everyone. Good evening from Tokyo. Good afternoon, Zagreb. Kristina Ercegovic is my guest today. Kristina, good afternoon. Thank you very much for being my guest again.
Hello, Edward. Thank you for asking me.
So for all of you who don't know who is Kristina, Kristina is CEO at Women and Money. She's also MBA holder. She's serial entrepreneur, author. She published 3 books so far or more.
5, but
5 books.
never mind.
Her career started from in corporate world, and then she moved in a private sector as an entrepreneur. So she's a successful entrepreneur for last 18 years, which is fascinating because she's living in Croatia, small country with many different financial crises. We had the war and now this coronavirus, so it's very challenging time all the time. But Kristina somehow succeeds to keep her business ongoing.
Until now.
Until now. Yeah. So, Kristina, today what I would like you to ask to share your insights on how small business owners, entrepreneurs, small medium companies, which are actually affected first with this financial and health crisis, can stabilize mentally and can stabilize in terms of the operation, what they can do in order to prepare for the better future. Because now we cannot talk about better presence because it's not, obviously. But what will be the necessary steps for all of us who are in the same situation globally to cool down, to see what we can do, and try to find a way how we can actually looking for the better future. Of course, with all measurements which will be provided by the government, case by case, country by country. We can share experience from Japan and from Croatia. So yeah, this is my first question. So if you can just jump in and let us know your opinion, your thoughts, and your experience.
First, let me tell you that it is third week that we are isolated at home and shaken by many earthquakes since last Sunday. So except with Corona and economic disaster, we also have to deal with all these other issues with the earthquakes. It is very difficult to plan anything. I would say that the main goal for us in 2020, for all of us, is to survive and go day by day. I speak a lot with entrepreneurs, and more or less, I think it's about, first of all, accepting things as they are, which is all entrepreneurs are usually hustlers. We are the ones who are always doing something. We are being proactive, taking action. And now we have to just stop and accept the things as they are and see that there is not so much we can do, but still is things that we can influence. First, I think it's the most important to keep healthy, of course, but also mentally healthy. It is very important. Entrepreneurial mindset is the most important thing always for success, and especially nowadays, how we talk to ourselves. We know that there are always ups and downs in entrepreneurial life. This is a big down for all of us. So we have to accept it. So keep healthy, keep mentally healthy, accept things as they are, and then we can take care of our team and cash flow. Taking care of our team, I think I spoke with one colleague. Unfortunately, now is not the time for many emotions. What I mean by that is we have to take a good look at the costs, see what is really necessary, cut down all the costs we need to cut down. That doesn't mean, for example, that we shouldn't invest in marketing. Usually people do that, but it's, you have to stay somehow present on the market. This is definitely not a good time to sell, for example, services like you and I do, but it is very important to stay connected to your customers, not to be like politicians. Yesterday we had a business cafe online, and one of our guests said, don't be like politicians, just show up like 3 months before elections, but take care of your audience, take care of your customers, keep them informed. What they need now from us is empathy, support, and our presence. So we should definitely take care of ourselves, take care of our customers, take care of our team, cut down all the costs we can. And you mentioned government. For example, I see here from Croatia, a lot of other governments actually help small entrepreneurs. Ours still didn't help anything. I mean, they announced 63 measures to help small businesses, but actually none of them is really helping because they just want to postpone over all our obligations. And we started recently, many of us, we joined in an initiative, Voice of Entrepreneurs, trying to explain things as there are really in small business, and trying to talk to government to actually really help us, not just to postpone all the taxes and everything. So as you see, all of us deal with the same problems. Many of us have additional problems, but I think it's always all these rules always apply in business to be human, to start changing yourselves, transforming yourself first, then your consciousness, then your mindset, then your actions, take care of your customers. All this will bring results when things go back to normal. And I say normal because I don't think that we will never go back to what we used to do. I think everything will be transformed. And I hope it will be transformed for the better. And I hope all of us will learn the lessons we had to learn, slow down and reconsider what is really important in our life and also in business, and what we really need, and what is really necessary.
Kristina, do you think that this is time for the leadership? What I mean by leadership? For the leadership.
Leadership is the most important thing, but first we have to know how to lead ourselves and be authentic, and then we can lead others. I have a friend who is also a business consultant, and she always says it's, all of us in all countries, we are changing governments. This year is someone else, after 5 years, someone else, but all of them are more or less the same. The most important thing is to change, to transform consciousness, to change mindset, and for that we really need true leaders.
So in Tokyo, the situation is that we move from working in the office, we are working now from the home, and still business looks like same as usual, but we all see the change in the last 2 weeks, like from the date when the Tokyo Olympic is postponed. Now we are thinking like many small business owners are already affected, like the sales and revenue decreased for 80%, 90%. Some of the business completely shut down the businesses. And we don't have when this kind of trend is going to stop. We don't know the date. Usually we as entrepreneurs, we know, okay, this is the first quarter, second quarter. We can have some plan and budget. But this crisis affects, of course, human health, but also small business entrepreneurs and all business owners. So how we can support each other? You said like be a leader. Can we like work together instead of thinking about competition? Can we like maybe doing some joint venture, maybe collaborate together, be stronger together, and then have some impact even on the government, local government, even outside of the country, because this is the global crisis. So what will be your recommendation for the, let's say, entrepreneurs, small business owners in Europe, but maybe also globally, what we can do? Because economy, when is a good, actually depends about small business owners and small medium enterprises, not about big guys. But now when this is crisis, we are like first affected. And as you said, country by country, they Japan, for example, they took some measures. They will put the money, much more money than in 2008. And first they have to save people who are working for the small business owners, because they realize the cash flow is time, like 30 days, 15 days, 2 months maximum. So without cash, economy is just going to shut down. So what will be your recommendation to collaborate instead of compete, and to sell something maybe in the future, if it's not now? Any thought?
Definitely we should focus on what we have and not what we lack. And I think this situation already showed in many cases that we are all in this together, and that we don't have any choice but to collaborate. And this is the transformation of consciousness that can happen after all of this, not to compete, but to cooperate, to do things together. I think we should all remember what we used to learn in college. Money is an idea we invented, but before that, we used to share goods. So now we all have some talents, we all need food. So, we have to see if we can transform our business somehow. I'm not saying that everyone should go and produce food or alcohol or medicine, which is already recession, which are all the time recession-proof businesses. But we should remember that it is always something that we have, and we can share with someone else, and that other person does have something which we need, so we can, exchange goods or services. So let's just remember that money was invented by us. So bottom line is always the same. We all have some talents. We all have some basic needs, and there is always a way to satisfy those needs. I'm not saying wishes, but needs.
Totally, and I think like this is the time for to build the communities, like women-like communities, and they, as you said, they might have talent how to prepare healthy food. They might have talent how to relax your body, how to exercise at home, how to save your business, how to deal with your team if you're working on the distance. So there are so many skills we need to actually learn right now, because as you said, the world is going to change forever, not just like for the
Yes, there's no coming back to what we used to think is normal. Yes, we can learn a lot these days, but I would just point out a thing that because we are 3 weeks in isolation already, what I noticed is that there is a lot of things offered free online, and usually everyone says, now that you have time, do this, learn that. But we are going in the wrong way, because it's time to stop and to go inside. First, we are all in survival mode. We have to stop, look inside, think what we really need. First, take care of ourselves, and then we can, take care of all others. And then we can learn something, maybe new language, yoga, or whatever. But in this let's say a state of shock, actually, and survival mode, first things first. The Maslow hierarchy of needs.
Yeah.
First need we all have is the need for security. So now is not the time. Now, I mean, today maybe is not the perfect time to learn a new set of skills, but maybe in 2 or 3 weeks it will be good time, or 3 months it will be even better time. But first things first.
And Kristina, because we try to stay positive, we understand the current situation. We don't want to get the impression that this situation is not. It's very serious, and we don't know when it's going to change. However, I remember from every recessions, some great companies started.
Many great companies, because they were innovative and flexible, and that's what we should do as entrepreneurs. Take care of ourselves, take care of our mindset, and see if we can transform our business, see what can we do that's something new, be flexible, do something innovative. Or if the business is not going to work for a long time, just go into another business.
Totally. And I think also, like you took MBA, I take MBA, and we know all these frameworks. But now it's time to develop the new framework for the current situation, and actually think how the world is going to look like in 2022, 2023, even for the next decade, and focus on that and find what you can do to be on that way. Because I think now it was an earthquake in Zagreb, and is an earthquake, economical earthquake globally. So what's happening after earthquake here in Japan? Usually it's coming tsunami, and that tsunami is actually recession, financial, or maybe even worse than recession, depression. So what we can do to be on the top of that wave, to see the new trends, that's, I think, where should our focus has to be.
Every change goes from inside. So whatever you want to change outside, you have to change yourselves. And I think it's high time to develop businesses that don't just aim for profit, but also for impact and contribution to the whole world.
I hope that many corporate chief of finance will think about the human capital, will think about the social capital, and also will think about the good impact on society, not only on the profit, because we now see the consequences of what's happening to the world, even with the #1 economy, if we ignore the facts about that profit is not only thing we have to focus on.
Yes, greed is not a good thing, and if you just focus always on more and more and more, there's never going to be enough. So I think this whole thing, in every situation, there are also good things, and we think we should all focus and try to find lessons for all of us in this situation, and see what we can do, and accept the things we cannot do, and just live day by day.
Thank you, Kristina. And for all of you guys who wants to know more about Kristina, please check out her website and also the books she wrote in English, some of them in English, some of them in Croatian. Kristina is a great entrepreneur. She's helping women. She's helping entrepreneurs. If you want, reach out to her. If you have some idea to build a business of the future, please be free to do so. Thank you very much, Kristina. Thank you.
Thank you.
And stay positive and stay healthy.
You too.